City Royals, big fan. They went on this 8-game winning streak.
Yes.
We're here August 13th. They're in first place. I got to ask you as a fan, is this team for real?
This team's for real. I'm telling you, they're good. They have gelled, I think. They like each other. They play hard. They're just these young Turks who are up and coming, and I hope Kansas City can hold on to them, because usually what happens is we have these great young players come up and they start to gel, and then we can't afford them, and they go to other markets. So I'm hoping we can hang on to them. I'm hoping they stay in Kansas City, and I'm hoping we get a good playoff run.
Got to ask you, as a fan of a small market team, if you get bothered by this. I grew up in New York, a big market team, a Mets fan. Big market teams often say when they're upset with their team and how they're using their payroll that, who do we think we are? The Kansas City Royals with this $80 million payroll? Does that bother small market fans?
Sure, it does. I mean, nobody wants to hear that. We want to. It's America. You want, at least you want. Look, I'm a capitalist. I have no problem with capitalism, but you want a fair playing field. I mean, it just felt like back in the day when I was growing up. Back in the 80s. In the 90s, well, maybe not so much tonight, but the 80s, it always felt like anybody had a chance, and everybody was competitive, and I don't know, it just felt more democratic, I guess.
Maybe this is the year, 29 years after that 85 title.
Which was, I was at Game 6. I was at Game 6 of the 85.
Controversial Game 6,
Yeah,
right?
Dinkinger, I think he made the right call.
Yeah, I bet you think he did. Yeah, we know you as a funny man. You were voted most humorous in high school. Got to ask you, a couple names going to throw out Kansas City sports figures over the years.
Sure.
If you got a superlative for some of these guys, all right?
Oh boy.
Easy one here, George Brett.
Legend, superstar. Right?
Hothead with the pine tar, maybe a little bit?
Totally right.
Yeah,
he was completely justified. Billy Martin that was a snake move by old Billy. So, no, I grew up. I remember going to Royal Stadium and sitting out in right field as a Cub Scout with my den, and we'd be all in our Cub Scout uniforms, and we'd go out there and watch the Royals play, and very special. So, yeah, like I said, those teams from the late 70s all the way through the 80s and early 90s were pretty special.
Good memories there. How about a Chief here, one of the legends, Derrick Brooks?
Derrick Brooks for the Chiefs?
Derrick Thomas, excuse me.
Thank you. Okay.
I had Derrick Brooks Hall of Fame in my head from a couple weeks ago. Sorry about that.
No problem. But he's a great player too. Brooks is a great player too. Don't get me wrong. Brooks is a great player. But Derrick Thomas was, he's a legend. Just a sack machine. He was so good. He was so good, and he fits so well into Marty's scheme for football. And he was such a dominating force. I remember the day that we played the Seahawks, and I think he had 7 sacks in one day, and we still lost. God, don't get me started. That was a painful memory, but I was very sad, obviously, when he passed.
Yeah, you also went to the University of Kansas. Danny Manning, he's got to hold a special place in your heart.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in high school when Danny Manning and the Miracles won the national title in '88. I was very proud of them. It was such a neat time to be in Kansas City, such a neat time to be around there. I knew I was going to KU, so I was very excited. I felt like I was part of it, even though I wasn't up there yet.